A growing number of colleges and universities are re-embracing the SAT for admissions in the fall of 2025. Recent additions are the three elite schools, Yale and Harvard universities, and the California Institute of Technology. Priscilla Rodriguez at the College Board, the nonprofit that's administered the SAT for about a century, tracks the trend of schools returning to the exam.
And a number of them in their announcements also shared that again, in the data, they've seen that using an SAT or ACT score has actually helped them see, if you will, identify, find, admit, and enroll a more diverse set of students than they would otherwise.
Standardized test critics like the NAACP Legal Defense Fund say the trend bears watching. It says that the SAT is flawed and that research has shown that the exam discriminates based on race, gender, and income.
They're not releasing their data to us to take a look at. So based on the data that they are reporting to the federal government, my team and I, in researching and analyzing these data, are not finding that, we're not confirming it in our findings. So I have questions about these inconsistencies.
In 2023, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that schools may not consider race for college admissions. Critics argue that this ruling and the SAT requirement further hamper diversity in higher education. Yet, despite the exam's return among a growing number of schools, 80% of accredited colleges have made the SAT optional or have no test requirement at all. That's according to Fair Test, a research nonprofit. Recent U.S. Department of Education statistics show there are close to 3,000 accredited four-year institutions in the U.S. Of those, some top-tier schools like Columbia, Stanford, and Princeton universities remain test optional. And the University of California's flagship UC Berkeley and its 9 other campuses require no SAT.
If the SAT and the ACT are the thing that you are most nervous about, I tell all of my students, they are also the things that are the most coachable. The SAT and the ACT are flawed exams. They are coachable exams. They do not test you on how smart you are, but they test you on how well you're taking that test at that particular time.
The College Board phased out the old SAT, requiring students to spend 3 hours filling in the bubbles manually. As of spring 2024, the test is shorter and completely digital, and international and U.S. students take it on computers.
I think the SAT should be optional because there are lots of people with various differing talents. The SAT just tests you on reading and math. So the SAT is kind of a narrow-minded approach.
For some students, the SAT is just one more rite of passage.
I think it's okay to use it, but I do see both sides of where people are saying it doesn't matter as much and where it does matter as much. Maybe it just depends on what field you're going into or what you want to do in your life.
Robin Guess, VOA News.